yes, I get that you have to work up to it, because when I was cycling last week, and when I cycled on last Tuesday, when I cycled on Saturday, I noticed, like, oh my god, fatigue is building up. My back is hurting. All the little things that could go wrong just makes you want to stop, you know? Like, my back is hurting, I just want to stop. It burns so bad. Oh, my legs are starting to fatigue out. I just want to go home. Then your mind, when you tell yourself, oh, my quads are burning, you should just go home, then your mind really starts to get to you and tells you want to quit. So that's what I really wanted to do last Tuesday, and I also wanted to do last Saturday for the 40-mile bike ride. You know how my bike route made a loop? I was like, why go down this road? You know, why not just turn around? Because I was like, you're just going to turn around at mile 15, make it 30. But I was like, okay, why don't not do the loop? I know it's around like 38 miles. And then when I got to mile 30, I'm like, you'll be done. My mind started to get to me and basically tell me, you need to stop, you need to quit. Like, I'm done, I'm tired. Just give Matthew the keys and tell him, because he's way ahead of you. Like, just stop. This is tiring. And then my mind officially was set on 40 miles. And the fact that I knew to get back to our car was 8 more miles. The fact that I had to go 10 more miles, which I knew was around 36 minutes to pay the speed I was traveling, just made me more like fatigued. Like 36 more minutes with your back hurting this much, with your quads gonna soon start fatiguing, your glute. Like, can you really go this much longer? So it's all about the mental game at that point. It's really all about the mental power. How much can you really go further? It's all up to your mind. Like, literally all up to your mind. If you are trying to achieve something, you can't have a bad mindset to something that you do. You have to have a good, achievable mindset. You have to say that I can conquer this goal. I can do this. Like, if your mindset starts to go into this deep, dark world, you have to try to feel it with something that I can achieve this goal. If I said, I'm just going to turn around, not make this loop, first off, when I got back to the car, I feel like I would have quit on myself because I didn't do the full loop, which is around 38 miles. And I knew I set my mind to end up doing the full loop once I saw the whole Strava thing. And then I knew that I set my mind to end up doing 40 miles. So if I just capped it off at 38 miles when we reached the car, I felt like I wouldn't have that accomplishment feeling of quit. I felt like I would quit on myself. And then the fact that I knew my back was hurting, which I was like, you should just get off the bike and stretch it out. I didn't do that because once I knew I stopped, I basically would have stopped because maybe I would have got sick, or because I did get really sick after the bike ride, and I really did. Like, I passed out on the couch, felt really sick, I had to take Motrin, and just did not feel good at all. I literally I didn't have the podcast out for Sunday because I just couldn't. I felt so sick, and I was very productive that whole day, but I didn't do any YouTube stuff. But I just was like, what would happen if I stopped? Would I continue? Would I give Matthew the keys to come get me? Would I even continue? Would I really want to stop? Or like, then it's like, what would happen if you stopped? Would you really want to get back on your bike and cycle 20 more miles? Like, what would happen if you stopped? And then your mind would really like, well, if you stop, you race it 10 more minutes. And then when you get to basically 10 more minutes left of your bike ride, your mind would basically be like, I would have been done. So if you reach the car in that 10 minutes, you'd be like, okay, why not just cap it off here? I mean, you're at the car, you would have been finished if you didn't stop. Like, so many things. You just have to have the right mindset. If you don't have the right mindset when doing a marathon or a long distance activity or a speed workout or a certain activity or just any long run or anything like that, that is physically demanding, you're going to get you have to have the right mindset, or you're going to get mentally drained, and like, you're going to want to quit. And the good thing to do, like you said, is planning out the night before. Plan your route so you don't have to stress about it. Plan how much miles you're going to do. Plan out your nutrition. Lay out all your gear. Lay out all your nutrition. Lay out everything that you need to have in order to conquer that goal. Because if you are scrambling in the morning of, oh, I need to grab this nutrition. Oh, where is it? Oh, where's my route? What am I going to do this morning? Oh, you didn't check the weather. Oh, it's storming out today. You're going to, all these little things are going to stress you out, and you're not going to have the right mindset to complete this goal, and you're just going to give up and give in and be like, what is the point? I don't have my nutrition laid out. I don't have my gear laid out. It's storming outside. Like, why would I do this? Because I didn't check it the night before to do this. I didn't do any of it the night before. I didn't check to see what was going to go right for me. I didn't check to make sure I have everything laid out, and then that's going to set the bad mindset. It's going to set a bad tone, and then you're going to want to actually quit in the middle of the ride, and that's not going to be what you want to do, essentially. because it's all starts from in the mind. It all starts from up here. If you don't have what's up here, or you don't have what's essentially what you need, which is all in the mind, you're not going to have the right stamina. I could essentially go run a marathon right now. I could. I just have to have the right mindset. I could. I have enough. I wouldn't be able to run the whole marathon. I would have to walk it. Would I feel maybe sore the next day? Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, I have to have the right mindset to walk a whole marathon. I could essentially walk a whole marathon. It might take all day to walk 26.2 miles, but I can do it by the right mindset, because I would be able to do it essentially, you know.
Yeah,
I would.
It's
just conquering 1 mile at a time. Take it little by little, but at the end of your mind, you know that your end goal is 26.2 miles. I just have the right mindset to achieve big goals like that. Like, I can essentially go and say, tomorrow I'm going to do a marathon, and at mile 13 I'll be like, oh, I'm going to quit. I literally am only halfway there. Would I give up? Probably not, because what is more accomplishing feeling? The feeling of quitting, which will last forever, or the feeling of accomplishment, which will only last about a day, an hour or so. But it's such a great feeling that you know you accomplish your goal, and you know that you achieve something great. But what happens when you quit on something? What does that happen? What effect does that leave on you? You feel like you're going to quit on everything else you do. It sets a tone for yourself. It shows that you're basically going to quit on every other thing. I don't have that mindset where if I quit on something, I don't quit on something. I don't give in. I don't give up. I don't do anything like that, because literally what happens if you quit on one thing? It sets the tone for who you are for the rest of yourself. You're going to actually quit more and more and more on everything you do. You have to have the right mindset in everything you do, or you are going to quit on yourself, you know. Like, you just have to have the right mind. Like, I had the right mindset to not quit on something, because if you quit on one thing, what's going to tell you about your other things you're going to do? You're probably going to quit on it.
Yeah, like during my marathon, I planned and prepared for so long during my marathon that when I reached around like mile 20, and even just around mile like 13,